Welcome to this handover video for this VW camper. This is a Highline 150 manual VW. So the first thing to do is just show you around the engine bay and just point out a couple of key points. First one here is the main vehicle battery. This also has a fuse here for the conversion. So it's a fuse holder in here, which is the main power supply for the conversion side, and the leisure battery, which is situated underneath the driver's seat. We have your windscreen washer here, your coolant. So you basically top that one up and you can see it's nicely full. This is your power steering fluid here, and also your engine oil top up. We have your dipstick just down here, so you can dip your engine oil there. So that's the engine bay. I'm just going to walk you round into the cockpit. So starting on the door, heated wing mirrors. You just twist these to be able to adjust them, and you obviously would select the left or the right hand mirror. That's your obviously wing mirror, your windows and your lock. Now this is quite important because when you are on site camping, living in the van, you can actually lock the doors from the inside without setting the alarm, so it's quite handy to be able to do that. So moving on, the first thing I want to show you, because it is a little bit hidden, is the controls for the bonnet release. So I don't know whether you'll be able to actually see it, but it is just here. So it's a handle just up inside, and you pull that to release the bonnet. So we've got your light switches down here. Moving into the cockpit, multi-steering wheel. So it's got your volume control on the left here, your cruise control setting. So you can set either the cruise control on and off on this button. You can cancel the cruise control. You can set the speed or the reserve, so the speed limiter, if you like. You can also then, when you're on cruise control, you can up and down on these plus and minus buttons here. On this side, you basically have more radio controls, so scrolling between stations. This is your display, so you can scroll left to change the display, or right, or other way. And also your Bluetooth answer for your phone. That's the main controls there. Obviously on the left here, you've got your rev counter and speed. Indicators are on the left, and your wiper blades and everything are on the right. You do have a setting on the top here of the wiper blade. I'll just show you that. So that's quite handy to have. It's a 6-speed gearbox. To put it into reverse, you lift this collar here. The other controls here is your basic stereo. So you've got your radio, your media input, so you can link your mobile phone with it. Your phone button, so it'll obviously connect your phone via Bluetooth. Your eject for your CD player, your setup, so you can change things like time, and sound, so you can adjust your sound levels. The other controls here are your heating settings and your air conditioning and your heated windscreen just here. There's also a handy USB point here for charging your mobile phone, and you also do have a 12-volt socket just here. Welcome to this Trailblazer camper conversion. I'm just going to show you first of all what we do to turn the lights on the camper. So first of all, we are plugged into our mains electrics, which is situated just over here. It's very simple in the fact that you lift the plug, push the plug in, and it will seat in position. The flap just sits over the top. Once you've done that, you can walk then round into the camper, and we go to our control panel, which is located on the bulkhead here. Simply switch the switch on, and then we come round to the lights, and if you touch and hold the lighting, it'll actually get brighter as you touch and hold. There's 6 lights in the roof section as you come forward, and also you've got the understrip lighting just over here. So this is dimmable, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So basically on the button itself, touch and hold, and the lighting will dim. It'll get to a point where it's stopped, and as you can see, all the lights are dimmed. If you then wish to switch it off, touch it again and they go off. Touch it again to switch them back on, and then press and hold for the brightness to come up. And that's basically how to operate the lights in a Trailblazer camper conversion. Okay, so we're just going to show you how to swivel the double seat in this camper van. It's on a Caravan's swivel base. So the base is actually held in position in normal use on the road with 4 bolts. So it's these attachment bolts here, 2 at the front, 2 at the back. To swivel the seat, all you need to do is undo all the bolts and raise them up on the lugs, which are just here, and this prevents the bolts dropping down as you're swiveling the seat. Before you swivel the seat, it's always best to leave the passenger door open. Just gives you a bit more room when you're doing it. Okay, so when you swivel the seat, it's always best to try and grab each side, and the first motion really is to push the seat as far forward as you can. So you might have to slightly juggle it forward. So once you've got it in that position, when you're clear of this armrest here, you can then swivel the seat around anti-clockwise. So by turning it around into position, you can then actually slide it back forward to pick up the attachment bolts, so that when you are using it to step up into the bed, that it's not going to move around. A lot of people do forget that there is some handy storage in the seat base in these, so you've got a good amount of storage in here, but it can make swiveling the seat a little bit difficult if there's a lot of weight in there. Now I'm going to just show you a quick brief demonstration on how to use the hob and the sink. Firstly, the sink is a 12 volt pump. It's obviously fresh water only, so just cold water, and it's fed from the tank, which is just located behind this tambour door. So it's very easy. Unscrew this one and remove the bottle, fill this one up with fresh water, drop the pump and the hose back in, and then basically all you need to do is make sure that this button here on the control panel is pressed, and then you will be able to operate your sink. With the 2-burner hob, you do need a gas bottle. And the gas stowage in this camper van is located behind the rear seats. So firstly in here, we've got the proper gas bottle stowage, which is a sealed, as you can see here, sealed unit. It also has these 2 manifolds. So we always recommend that you do switch these off when you're traveling in the van normally. And also there is a valve on the top of the regulator here. So when you're ready to cook, make sure that the bottle is fully open and that your 2 manifolds are in the horizontal position, i.e. allowing gas to pass through. Okay, that will basically allow you to have gas directly to your hob, and it's simply then a case of pushing down and igniting the burners. So welcome to this video on how to raise the roof in the Trailblazer camper. Basically, attaching the roof down is these luggage straps. They come through onto a loop here. So when the roof is fully secure, which we'll show you how to do that in a minute, these straps will be tight onto here. So when you get on site and you're happy that there's not too much wind, basically all you do is undo the luggage strap as we've done here and raise the roof. So all you need to do is push up, and the roof is on gas struts, so it will raise up naturally for you and come to a resting point so it tensions itself. The next thing to do is, whilst you're setting your van up, is to do the same with the roof bed. This will just give you some more headroom in the van. So you just literally push that one up, and then it enables you to stand up in the camper and get some sort of air in here. So whilst the roof is up, I'm just going to quickly show you a couple of reading lights. So you've got these map reading lights at the top here. It's really handy for children when they're using their iPads or reading books. They also have a built-in USB, so again, to charge phones or anything like that, and there's one each side. In the canvas itself, you've got 2 windows either side, and you simply unzip these, and this is to provide you some ventilation. It's meshed to prevent insects, and you simply can roll these sections up during the day just to make it nice and neat and they're not hanging down everywhere. Roll them up nice and tight, and again just provides some ventilation. In the front section here you've got a window as well, and also this window, if it is extremely warm, you can unzip fully to give you some fresh air in. So we're going to just show you the panoramic canvas now. Close the window and the window blind, and we're just going to pop this one back. So the panoramic canvas basically unzips from the front here, so you've got a zip each side. And it's also held in position with some Velcro. So release the Velcro straps, and with the buckles attach it to this top section up here. You'd obviously do that on both sides, but it does give you the panoramic canvas. It is important to note that when you do this, that you actually should lower the bed first, so it doesn't foul the actual roof itself. So the next step would be, once you've done this, is we're now going to show you how to lower the roof. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to collapse the roof and the canvas following your camping trip. The first thing to note is the canvas can easily be cut by the rear brackets, the scissor hinges at the rear. So it's vitally important that you do listen to these next few steps, because it can save you up to £900 to have a new canvas fitted or even repaired. So the first thing to do is to pull the roof bed down. You do this by simply grabbing the bed itself and pulling it down. It's extremely easy to do. The next thing that you want to do is actually pull the mattress forward, slightly forward than the roof bed. This just prevents any obstruction at the rear of the roof when you pull the top section of the roof down. So the next thing we want to do is lower the roof to about halfway. Now this can be a little bit tricky because the roof is on gas struts, so it's naturally wanting to lift all the time. But the reason for pulling it halfway is what we want to do is gather the canvas in as closely into the centre as we can. This is going to be difficult to see on this video unless you can see upstairs. So all you want to do is pull down on the straps and the roof will slowly start to come down. When you get to the halfway point, the first thing to do is just gather in the canvas from each side, so make sure it's nicely pulled in. Continue with pulling down the roof until it comes to a stop. The next thing to do really is on the outside is have a walk around and just check that there's no canvas sticking out from the sides. In the rear of the canvas there is a strap that goes across which should be tensioned, so as you lower the roof it draws the canvas in to prevent it from snagging on those scissor hinges. So now it's a case of tidying up the canvas that we have here and then actually tightening up these straps. Okay, so now we've got the roof nearly closed. All you need to do is roll back the canvas neatly so it's in the correct place, so just up here on the lip, and then tuck this back out the way, and then all we do now is tension the roof straps. So just make sure that everything's nice and neat and tidy, and pull down on the straps so they should be nice and tight. And then what I do is just keep any excess out the way, put a nice loop on it, and again you can tuck that out the way so it's not interfering with anybody.